everything I need. O essences of chaos, heed my voice. In your potential, I have made my choice. So mote it be. Always more to be done. Already come this far?
Of infinite possibilities, this was your choice.
Illuminate my path. Mourners.
Told me so themselves, figured I'd spread the word, being a messenger and all. And you know what? They're right. Sounds like their time away gave them a change of heart.
This corruption. Silence.
Age of portals is to come. Not if I open up a few more rifts, it won't. The earth itself can swallow all of those ungrateful little louts if the seas don't do it first.
I accept this gift. I think I'm finished here. Mindless wretch.
Free fates located at last, our messenger excitedly reports. I trust they shall resume safeguarding our dominion from here on, even if it means having to pull the strings a bit from time to time. A small price to be paid.
Got you. Excellent. Show me the way. flourish and reveal my path.
Your headmistress informed me that you finally located the three fates. Then all is finally set right. Although I feel as before, perhaps they wish to see what shall transpire if we each continue plotting out the course of our own lives. You have it.
This doesn't belong here. In the name of Hades. Good.
My bounty!
The Master Craftsman's gift. That should have done it. Olympus, I accept this message.
The path you face.
You mean your sisters, the Fates? You knew they'd be all right? I never imagined I could even meet them myself. One of them, she reminded me a little bit of you. Well, it was only a first impression. Be safe, Lord Charon. Got a lot of energy for an old dog.
Unmired for the moment, fearsome Cerberus gives the princess an appreciative look.
Some stardust. Return to Shadow now? Return to Shadow now.
All this was a mere possibility before.
You had an audience with the three Fates. Your incantation from so many nights ago must have taken effect. Hermes indicated they're in good spirits, but shall be continuing their leave. Well done drawing them out, nevertheless.
Thank you, Headmistress. I get the impression that they sought me more so than the other way around, but at least we know they're safe. They also mentioned you.
They did they? In what capacity?
They said you've... Well, is there someplace more private where we can discuss this, do you think?
Let's to the springs. You've earned the rest. And we can sit and talk about what's on your mind, and theirs.
Just right.
Ah, but that's not bad. So, what do the three Weaving Sisters know of me then, You were about to say.
They told me... I believe the phrase they used was you had pulled some strings. They didn't elaborate, but suggested I ask you about it.
Pulled strings. I know full well what they meant. But to this point, I was uncertain whether they did. Let me twist your question back. What do you suppose they implied?
I got the sense they felt that you had altered their designs somehow. Pulling strings, changing their weavings, and not in a small way either, but I merely guess.
You don't merely anything, Malinois. Well, if those three already know my past, you ought to know it too. And 'tis easier to explain, I suppose, if you look upon me as I am.
Headmistress, what? You're beautiful. But what is this? I don't understand. Some trick you're playing, or some glamour, or...
No. The trick is when the veil is on. Look upon me, and do not avert your eyes. I know those eyes better than you.
You're... How is this possible? Who are you?
When I was a mere babe, I washed up on the bank of the Cocytus, with naught but moonlight to guide me. Selene looked out for me, informed me that the Titan Kronos took my family, and that I alone escaped. Thus, I trained.
You trained for the task. Death to Kronos. You attempted all of that before I did.
Before is not entirely correct. I was a capable student, but very raw. Vengeance was my headmistress. And one night I found the wretch, spewed every curse that I knew, and ascended into the abyss of his subconscious.
But I had you to teach me to descend to the abyss of the subconscious. You mean to say you figured it out entirely on your own? That's impossible.
Speaking from experience, I beg to differ. But at any rate, something did go awry. Time and nightmare fused, and I discovered I was someplace else. I sought the end of time, but had arrived somewhere closer to the beginning.
And then you lived for eons, waiting for the weavings of the fates and me for a second chance. Headmistress, Gods.
I dared not tamper with the Fates' designs more than was strictly needed. In this form, I ingratiated myself to your father and mother, became handmaiden to the Queen, in fact. Thus, when Kronos inevitably struck, they gave their newborn daughter not to the river Styx, but to me.
Then, you did everything in your power to prepare me, so that I might succeed where you failed.
Correct. 'Tis as I always told you, I am not your mother, Melinoy. Neither did I have one myself. However, I had reason to be confident in your abilities. So, there you are. Oh, you must hate me for all this.
No. How can you even say that still, Headmistress? I love you, and you are my mother, whether you can admit it or not. And even if we're far too much alike.
I love you too, of course, Melinoy, with all my heart and soul. Far more than I could ever love myself. And I am so sorry for all that you had to endure, for the family you never had.
But I have my family. I have you.
Neria's soul must know of this, I trust you understand. The three fates, fine, and we and no one else. Now then, shall we pretend that none of this transpired?
I'll be discreet, of course, but won't pretend. This loadout's worth a shot. Here already. Something's happened.
Another possibility to be explored.
Push closer. Shamblers.
Take it you heard all about that firsthand, then. Guess it'll be here before we know it, as things like that tend to go. We'll be ready, and even if not, we'll act fast.
Off I go.
Of destiny have sprouted up from the earth once again. And conveniently, right after we quelled the Titans' uprising without them having to intervene. We never could depend on the fates.
Transfer now. feel that, Zorafet?
Welcome to my boundless, terrifying seas, my niece. Unfortunately, teeming with invaders now. Got my hands full dealing with them, if you must know. We'll see if you can break through their blockade.
To make an appearance, just as we are getting used to not having them around. What grand prophecy do they have in store for us now, Whatever it is, we'll handle it, I'm sure.
Set. And now to set a course. In the name of Hades. This way. The front of the fleet.
You made it past Defira real quick, Trouble. Must be primordial chaos exerting influence over reality again, huh?
The thing is, Eris, I can be entirely forthright with you, yet you still take the absolute least charitable view of anything I say. So what does it matter how I respond?
See, that's exactly how I feel. What does it matter? Maybe it matters to chaos, huh? Only one way to find out. Everything's on fire! Now watch this. That's the stuff.
remember that. For me. And done. Going. Return to Shadow now.
This was a chance I trust was well worth taking.
What's possible?
Any more?
Where once shone beautiful a flower's soul, run clear again, you waters, make him whole.
What else?
Hey, how about another visit to the springs? You seemed to enjoy yourself last time, and I find it truly helps.
Well, as long as it helps. Look, I don't get my wings wet for just anybody, babe, but you're special. So let's go? It's good to be back.
What is it like having so many siblings? I have but one and didn't even know him growing up. Though I often tried confiding in him anyway, like an imaginary friend.
The more brothers and sisters you have, the bigger the disappointment you can be. And it is so embarrassing when you forget their names. Just look at how us kids of Nyx get on. The only family more messed up than mine is yours.
You mean the Olympians? How do you figure? They have their differences, to be sure, but they still work together to maintain the natural order of the realms.
Work together? Come on, they can barely stand each other. From the very top on down. They never should have gone into business. Always caught between their blood commitments and their jobs.
I won't deny that family adds a complicated layer to their responsibilities, but it's also a source of solidarity and strength. Look at them now, standing together against a common foe. This is the Olympus mortals' love and fear.
Sorry, not impressed. They say family is a bond that can never be broken, but as is so often the case, they're wrong. Just because someone's related to you doesn't make them special or deserving of respect.
What does it take to earn respect from you, Eris?
I actually don't even know the answer to that right now. Though sitting naked with me in half-boiling water helps.
Well, all right.
I had a blast there, babe. And look how clean my wings are now. Won't stay like this for long, but still.
My fate is mine.
You found those little Weaver sisters, did you now? Just when I thought they left the lot of us for good. Don't quite know what to make of their new prophecy, but time eventually will always tell with those.
The three fates are at last returned, and that is well. Thus your assistance with my wandering is complete. But as to whether you discovered them or they decided to return remains unclear. They create far more questions now than I.
You know, East, the Cocytus River flowing through those musty woods of yours is quite the fishing spot. You'd be doing all those river denizens a favor getting them out of there.
You might not believe this, Arachne, but recently I met the Fates themselves. All three of them.
Oh, you did you? And did you happen to see what they were working on? I like to keep up with the latest happenings in the weaving world.
Well, if anything, I got the sense that they were in between projects and might be weaving less from here on out.
Sounds like they just couldn't keep up. But that's all right. The old always have to make way for the young and the new. And before you get too worried that I'm speaking out of turn, I don't think they'll notice little old me.
The fates have been discovered after all, and they intend to take a break from all their traditional manipulations. I do not entirely believe it, but war would be so exhilarating were its victors never preordained.
Well, isn't that sweet? All right.
Perhaps this was a mere misunderstanding, though I tend to presume malicious intent. An occasional show of hostility is just how we assert ourselves, my king.
Well, well. Tell me something now, Melinda. Who is the fiercest enemy that you have overcome in all of this? Kronos? Typhon?
you insinuate, Headmistress. Hecate. I got in my own way more than any of my foes. Save for you, perhaps, but that's more or less the same thing.
The limits we impose upon ourselves inhibit what we can achieve. Overcoming those limits is extraordinarily difficult. But you have done it now. Again and again.
Good evening.
Grandfather. Good news, Grandfather. The three fates have returned, and they didn't mention any reprisal when it comes to you. On the contrary, they promised a new age would dawn.
Aye, but that is good news. Particularly the no reprisal part. And it is a relief to know the three have navigated out of temporary exile. But what is this about a new age?
Well, it sounds as though they're not planning to weave as much as they used to. And at some point, the gods apparently will hold less sway over mortals' lives.
But that is reminiscent of the Golden Age in which I ruled. Of course, once you've lived sufficient eons, you begin to see such patterns circulating constantly. That which is old becomes the new. How fares our family with all this?
I think we're all having to give it some consideration, though we'll have plenty of time. This age may not be soon.
Perhaps not, but even still, this age may arrive before you know it. Take it from me.
Time can move swiftly.
So yeah, just all of it. It's too much. It's never enough. You know? Hey. Laurel, look! The waters are all clear. You don't know how glad I am to see me. You must have done your thing. I'd give you a hug or something, but I wouldn't want you to take it the wrong way.
Excellent. So then the purification worked out after all. Echo must have taken whatever you said to heart. Perhaps you're not as hopelessly self-absorbed as I feared.
Say what? Well, sorry, I was just... Yeah, I mean, just look at this. The chin, the turn of the cheek. Have you ever seen anything like it? Tell Echo I said hi, but as a friend. You really want to hear me say it again, huh? All right, fine. How thoughtful. How thoughtful. That's my line. But you know what? I'm starting to think you might not be so thoughtful after all.
Narcissus, please. It's not my wish to offend. You don't have to take the nectar if you don't want it. I just noticed you don't seem to have much of it around. Have you even tried it?
What do you mean, tried it? Tried it how? All I've tried to do, Laurel, is look into these longing eyes in peace. So I'll accept your nectar just this once, for the last time, okay?
The Fates supposedly are no longer deciding what will happen from here out, except big stuff like new ages and such. Don't know how we're supposed to tell the difference, whether everything is planned by them or ours to decide.
Showtime. What'd you think of our latest number, lady? Critics say Bewitching Eyes reveals a soulful, more vulnerable side of skill in the sirens. But what do they know?
I couldn't make out all the lyrics while fighting back you lot, but you sing of red and green bewitching eyes and love potions and such. Is this truly how you feel about me?
No. Why would I feel any of those things, especially about you, lady? It's called a fictionalized work. And besides, Jenny mostly wrote that one.
I'm pleased to see dear Lady Hestia putting her capabilities to greater use. Why, here she is right now. I always knew you had a disposition toward destruction, goddess, as so prevalent as flame in war.
It's a side of myself I don't often like to show, as much as you seem to like seeing it, Ares. I figure we can't properly control our powers if we can't control ourselves.
I call upon the moon and draw you down.
I had my doubts concerning your companionship with Eris, though now realize that you must see something in her which even I cannot. You are most patient to accept one such as she.
Echo, I have to talk to you.
I have to talk to you, to talk to you, to talk to you.
I was able to assist Narcissus with a certain plight, and you seem to have let go of him yourself. But as for you, the way you are, I sense that you don't ever want to change. don't ever want to change. I don't ever want to change. I don't ever want to change. We each are cursed with our experiences. I am nothing without mine. Thank you for reflecting my thoughts and sharing your feelings, Echo. But are you all right to remain here?
All right to remain here. All right to remain here. All right to remain.
Hi, Nem. How about a little friendly competition there, Princess? Come on, let's see it. Finally.
You're so impatient.
Easy. Pass to you again. I broke a sweat? I broke a sweat. That never happens, those were weaklings. Oh, damn.
What's the matter, Nem? Are you all right? Our foes may have resorted to using poisons and such if I could look at any superficial wounds.
Don't touch me. It's not that. Now get on with it.
Hey.
See you soon.
And you.
A flash of recognition passes across the countenances of the monstrous Hound of Hell.
Hardly the first time violence broke out in Tartarus.
Daughter.
It's you. We heard of the return of the three fates. How much you had to do with it shall be for you to know. But tell us, were they in good spirits at the least?
They seemed to be. Clotho, who spoke the most by far, she seemed in quite a cheery mood now that you mention it. So much so that I have trouble imagining her otherwise.
Then we are fortunate, perhaps, for they can be a temperamental bunch. Their moods may not solely dictate the nature of their weavings, but certainly must correlate.
We were told they would cease their weavings for a while. You don't believe it, do you, though, Hades?
No, absolutely not. Although I welcome each of you to draw whichever conclusions you see fit.
Great Anubis, grant me and Discura now abyssal strength. So what have you done with the three fates? You would incur the wrath of all chthonic gods, as though the wrath of all Olympus weren't enough.
Oh, I banished them, where I cannot say or when. In any event, they trouble us no longer with their manipulative weavings. No, what happens now is entirely up to us. You eluded me at each and every turn. May time flow freely forward. Do not presume you won.
For Hecate.
Another victory, and yet an adversary such as Time has proven a most stubborn one indeed. If I myself were Time, why, I would simply turn back the sundial, assuming that I could, so that this night would never come to pass.
Return to Shadow now.
Mel, wake up.
To victory. Two souls once intertwined, finally untangled. A distant god of the dead bearing Discura, but when? Sometimes I don't know what to do with myself anymore, Princess. I thought if you succeeded in your task that I'd return to my responsibilities. But now it seems I won't.
I'm familiar with that feeling. I've been so fixated on my goal that I hadn't really thought about what's next. But here we are still, right? The task wasn't the end.
So what are we supposed to do? I'm Doom incarnate. I'll never be known for my fishing, for instance. I fear perhaps my best work is behind me.
I fear that too, though it's nonsense. We have the rest of our existence ahead of us. Mortals have but the blink of an eye.
We have it easier than mortals, certainly.
Poor things.
Continue apace. How are you faring of late, Malinois? You cannot hide your troubles from me forever, so I bid you reveal them at will.
I'm just still thinking about our conversation at the Springs, that's all. I know we mustn't speak of it, but I understand now why you acted as you did while we were at the house.
Very well. Then spare me your sympathies. I'm fortunate beyond compare. Most of us do not get second chances to amend our failures.
I've had innumerable chances, night after night, attempting to achieve the same result.
You have not once failed, only suffered temporary setbacks on your path to victory.
Then the same could be said of you.
Perhaps.
Back from Tartarus.
This new age the Fates foretold, when they'll hand it over to mortals, by which I think they meant the big decisions. What say our shades about all that?
I've heard a mix of viewpoints, though they've been enthusiastic on the whole. Ungrateful wretches, we're only here by the grace of the gods.
It isn't always grace, I suppose. Many of these shades met an early demise due to acts of gods. They don't want to be pushed around.
There shall always be someone or something to push such people around. Whether it's a god or not hardly matters. The gods can have their moods, I know. But I'd not have gone far without them. That's why I'm here.
Nice of you to say.
I don't say, I swear.
My daughters have returned to us. Knowing them, they gave you the impression that they did so on their own. However, if not for your efforts with the fated list, they might have never found their way.
Each prophecy fulfilled, a signal to the Fates. A beacon in the darkness of their exile, something of the sort.
That is a reasonable way to think of it. You have done my family a great service, O Malinois, Princess. The depth of my gratitude is beyond my means to describe.
You honor me, O Knight. May all of us cease losing family members for a while.
May that be so.
I am quite interested in control. Once I alone possessed it until the Fates took some of it from me. Then they were gone after the Titan Kronos had returned. Now they are back. These choices have been made. Everyone's. No one's.
How long have you resided here, Lady Medea? I thought all our forces fled once the city was overrun, but you seem rather comfortable.
Oh yes, all the death and panic made for many vacancies. I slipped in through the shadows soon after the city fell and remained, practicing, observing. Great Hecate has eyes upon the surface everywhere.
The Fates are back, all three of them, Sunshine. Such a relief to feel their prophecies again. They even now foretell the dawning of a new and different age. Plenty of time to prepare. Though let's make the most of it, right?
If there really is another age that's coming up, then I say bring it on. True love never changes or goes out of style, no matter how much everything else does. Just stick with me and we'll be fine.
I was upset when first I heard the Fates decided they would change things up on us. Have my brothers and I not ruled our realms with strength and gusto? But no use in fighting prophecy, though I may still complain.
The Fates are found. Such a relief. Our destinies are safely back in their hands. I was beginning to fear the course of our futures would forever be ours to decide. Perhaps once we're older and more responsible.
I bid you shine for me again tonight.
This night has grown particularly dark, and fear has spread to every recess of the realms. Your doing through the oath, is that not so? Then do be careful, little star, for none can save you from the choices that you make.
Really?
This isn't going to last, you know, Cyclops. At some point, the city of Ephira shall be rebuilt. Its streets will be teeming with mortals, the docks bustling with seafarers. Rather than this.
What are you, an oracle or something? If they try and put the town back together, great. More meat for me whenever I want. You'll have to do for now.
Our Lady Hecate informs me of a marvelous development. You had a brush with the three Fates. Scarce few are able to lay claim to that. Oh, did you happen to see their palms?
No, unfortunately, madam, as they were rather shrouded in the darkness where I encountered them. What do you make of this new prophecy of theirs?
What, that the times eventually shall change? Huh. I find it to be not their boldest prediction since you asked. Live long enough, and you shall see that times do not change so much as turn like a wheel.
Discerning taste.
Friendly bit of advice. You turn your back on the sea, you're going to regret it. And the sea in this case is myself.
Mistakes were made.
I got a little heated there, I think, but I've cooled off. No lasting harm, though to be fair, my blessing here won't last too long either.
Moonlight sure is guiding you tonight. Too bad Selene can't just whisk you over to Olympus on that chariot of hers. Why can't she anyway? I thought she was your friend.
Perhaps Selene doesn't easily abandon her responsibilities, although I know that concept may be difficult for you to comprehend. Care to whisk me to Olympus in her stead?
I'll have to pass. Not like these wings could lift the both of us. Although I do have something here for you instead.
I had considered how we would proceed if by some chance the three fates were never found. What I did not anticipate was that they would be found, yet still take leave of their responsibilities, so I am told.
They've been weaving for eons and perhaps felt weary or even underappreciated. That or they liked what they saw while their weavings were on hold. They did give us a big new prophecy as a sort of parting gift.
A prophecy about another age, that we gods shall relinquish our dominion to mortals. It's difficult to believe, but then these things never unfold precisely as they sound.
No, and for that matter, I couldn't tell whether the fates were angry or disappointed or anything like that. On the contrary, they seemed enthusiastic.
They are weavers, whose tapestries reveal the vast and complicated tale of history. Perhaps they seek merely to entertain, and we are but characters they have to work with.
This time I've got my very best for you to choose from, Em, though you should always expect quality from me. I just have even more of it than usual right now.
Good evening, my dear. We're not taking any chances, girl. For instance, we are not above having our blessings transported like common parcels, if in so doing we ensure your victory and ours.
Guess who?
It's done. It's finally done, except I need to hear you say it first, to know for certain what I have foreseen. Now, please.
You may have to be a little more specific, but I take it you mean that I found the fates. Or they found me, but either way. I thought you didn't care for them too much.
I care for what they say, what they decide to make of this world of ours. What has their exile driven them to do? They would not make the same mistakes again.
They've had it with our squabbling. That I can understand. So they have deemed the coming of another age in which the gods apparently shall hold less sway. The time of fewer burdens on us, so our tempers can subside.
The coming of a golden age. Perhaps not quite the one my master had envisioned, but nevertheless, all this toil at long last. Until then, I suppose we fight. For the age of mortal kind. Now do you begin to understand what I have done at every turn? This was to be my future.
Beyond that besieged precipice, the Princess of the Dead discovers all the splendors for which Mount Olympus is well known, and she partakes of them, including an express trip back to her more modest home.
Return to Shadow now. What just happened?
You prevailed.
This advent of another age your sisters have described, do you think it's possible Prometheus anticipated it? When I think back on things he said.
You're asking if the Titan of Foresight knew the Fates would eventually make this choice, before even they knew it. Perhaps the lot of them conspired to achieve a shared goal.
Lord Morehouse, I'm surprised you would even suggest such things, to have conspired against the gods, and Kronos for that matter.
I merely seek alternatives to the suggestion that my sisters may not be the first to know. So then Prometheus prevailed on behalf of mortals after all, or shall, when comes this age.
To think that far ahead.
Help yourself.
More of
Something's up with you lately, babe. But you're not gonna tell me, so I'm just gonna start guessing. Is it Hecate? I bet it is, because something's up with her lately, too.
It's nothing. It's just, I've not had opportunity to speak with Headmistress at length since all of this drew to a close. We had a lot we needed to sort out. And still do.
Aw, too bad. Even with all those scary issues you've been dealing with now mostly gone, turns out you've both got plenty of issues left. It's like they never go away.
At least you don't have any issues, Eris.
Not a one.
Felled that monster. The pressure still is getting to you, even with the task essentially complete. It was my desire to see you shake that burden from your shoulders by now. Why does it remain?
Headmistress, each night I confront these remnants of old Kronos or Typhon. Such possibilities apparently are both real and innumerable, representing so many scenarios in which, for one reason or another, I failed.
Or merely have yet to succeed. I stand as living proof that you are not alone in what you aim to accomplish, Malinois.
What are you saying? That there are others like you, like me, attempting to achieve the same result?
I merely ask you to consider how the efforts you go to, the lengths you go to, may reverberate. The energy we put into this world comes back to us. Simply put, I am only here because you are.
But it's the other way around.
Is it?
You got him. Have the old knuckle bones been of some use, goddess? Must look a little worn, but brought me fortune many times in games of chance and when my life was on the line.
Odysseus, if they were dear to you all through your life, why would you give them to me now? No matter how useful they still may be, which is quite a bit.
Come now, nothing would please me more than for you to succeed. If some small token of my past could be of benefit, it's yours. Besides, I got a nectar bottle in exchange.
It wasn't meant to be a trade.
Just keep the blasted bones.
The final and most monumental gift of the Vale is so close at hand. If you can get through one of your two routes under the oath, then surely the rest is but a walk in the park.
I can only assume a walk in this park you cite must be an absolutely grueling experience.
Some parts of town? Oh, yeah.
How about we head down to the fishing pier a bit? Not like it's far out of the way or anything, and it's a change of pace.
Sure, I'm easy, babe. Except when I'm not, but right now I could go for anything. Even stand around for fish to bite. Know what I hate more than just about anything else? Having to be perfectly quiet while standing perfectly still. What have I done to deserve this torture?
I know it's difficult, which is part of the reason to do it from time to time. Just concentrate on being who you are and being here. A fishing pier isn't strictly required.
Being focused in on the moment? Come on! How can you not always be doing that? At least in other moments I'd be doing what I want, not caving to your every demand.
If you don't find anything worthwhile in this, you don't have to do it again. But since we're here, why not find out if we can catch something?
All you are gonna catch is my fist in your face if you keep on mouthing off to me, babe. Don't wait, shut up! Think I just saw something swim by. Know how much faster this would go if I could use the rail? There! Wait. All you, babe!
Soulbelly, I'm honored.
Babe, I had a totally amazing time, I swear. And you don't stink at all.
Nor do you. Back to Olympus.